Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, good evening. We hope you enjoyed your snow day. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridget Piorlo. It was a messy weather day across Connecticut. We had some snow, some ice, sleet. We really had it all. This weather impact alert ended just 2 hours ago. But there is more on the way.
Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank is here with the first check of the forecast. Rach?
Yeah, we have a very active stretch of weather ahead. The next weather impact alert will be for Saturday night into Sunday morning. But first, I want to get you through tonight. So there's nothing on the radar right now, right? But there's a little bit of mist and drizzle, and you can kind of see that by looking at visibility, which is down around 2.5 miles in Hartford, 1/4 mile in Waterbury. And that is mist, drizzle, fog, moisture that can settle on top of your car, on top of roads, and really form another additional icy glaze on top of whatever you got today. Maybe your car was an igloo and you had to give a good tricep workout to really scrape it off. And we'll get a little bit more of that tonight. So still some sneaky, slippery spots out there. We kind of become used to it at this point today. Temperatures right now are below freezing for most of the state, with the exception of southern Connecticut and parts of the immediate shoreline. But look at temperatures. They actually do head uphill as we head through the overnight hours. So we're not concerned with icing for the morning commute tomorrow. Tomorrow we actually start off with our high temperature of the day. There is a chance for an isolated snow shower or flurry in the morning. Otherwise, it's windy with falling temperatures and winds diminishing by this time tomorrow night. We'll talk about that weather impact alert for Saturday night into Sunday morning. This is a bigger storm for us coming up in just a bit.
All right, Rachel, thank you. Well, it's still pretty slick out on those roads, making for a difficult drive just about anywhere. And many schools were closed today in anticipation.
And this has left the state's Department of Transportation with a lot on their plate when it comes to preparing for the cleanup. Fox 61's Jamel Johnson has more on the impacts of the storm that brought more than just snow.
The Thursday morning snowstorm brought us a little bit of everything: snow, sleet, and freezing rain. And those elements working together can make for a very dangerous commute. That's why crews have been dispatched across the state to help make the roads safer.
Driving in a winter storm is never ideal, and the dangers are heightened when it happens during morning commutes. That's what Josh Morgan from the state's DOT says was the biggest challenge when preparing for Thursday's weather.
We're prepared for the snow. The biggest challenge for us was going to be the timing. We were pretty fortunate so far this year that our snow events have been over holiday weekends or in the middle of the night. This was the first time this year that it's really impacted that morning rush hour.
Knowing their greatest obstacle of this winter was coming up, DOT got out ahead of the storm and its impacts.
And we have 235 contractors who can help us out. We have about 110 contractors joining us right now. We called them in because it was rush hour. The time was the essence. We had to clear those highways because we knew people were going out.
Even with their efforts, several highway accidents still cropped up, putting an emphasis on increased safety in conditions like these.
There's a tractor-trailer crash in Waterbury. We've seen some single vehicle spinouts. I know earlier this morning, Branford and Southington, we had some incidents. Nothing that's too unusual, unfortunately, when we have inclement weather. But by and large, the public's been responsive and being helpful with how they're driving.
Morgan said the DOT is expecting some melting of the snow and ice, but will still keep its eyes peeled as conditions can always change and another storm near.
We will see some melting when this turns to rain, and given the temperatures, but we got to keep our eye on any refreeze tonight when the temperatures drop, and certainly something we're gonna keep an eye on. They're gonna go back out there, re-scrape, make sure those shoulders and those lanes are completely cleared.
This week was a busy one for the state's DOT, with storms on Sunday, Thursday, and another one coming up on Saturday. And while crews are working tirelessly to get these roads safe, Josh Morgan urges any drivers to be more cautious and patient on the roads when traveling to their destinations. In Hartford, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
All right, Jamel, thank you. Another busy day at the Capitol. Governor Ned Lamont today announced a new proposal to lower prescription drug costs. It looks to expand the Array RX program, which allows anyone living in Connecticut to receive a discount card that can be used at pharmacies. Now, under this new proposal, consumers would be able to claim low-cost drug purchases to count toward their annual insurance deductible.
Far too many people in our state each and every day are having to make impossible choices about cutting their pills in half, not picking up pills at the drugstore because they can't afford them. And if the drug companies and the pharmacy benefit managers will not lower their costs, we will act to do it for them.
Now, the move also limits price increases for generic and off-patent drugs to the annual rate of inflation. We're just a few days away from an important deadline for Connecticut families who are interested in changing their child's school.
The State Department of Education's Regional School Choice Office is accepting applications for dozens of free public schools across the greater Hartford region for this coming fall.
Now, that includes 45 magnet schools that focus on specialized learning and STEM.
I checked out the Academy of Science and Innovation in New Britain earlier today. Check it out. Here at the Academy of Science and Innovation in New Britain, students learn with their hands.
The teachers are really they engage a lot with the students, and they make it easier to learn rather than just give us the work. They actually show us how to do it and give us the tools to succeed.
Freshman Noah Cruz is taking a lesson in digital audio production, applying what he absorbs in class to the music keys.
I'm learning actually how to use music, music production tools, and I've always wanted to learn how to do that. And I'm actually getting really good at it, so that's these are things I'm really proud of.
He hopes these skills will eventually crescendo into a future career as a music producer. It's one of the reasons he chose to attend a magnet school focused on project-based learning in subjects ranging from robotics to computer science.
We get students from 32 different towns, and they're students that want to come here and really want to focus on science or STEM education, engineering, robotics, really like the science, really draws kids to this building.
Principal Karen Mooney says another perk of this learning model is smaller, more diverse academic environments.
It's great to interact with the students in the hallway and for them to say hi, and we're a small enough school that I can make the connection and know every single kid and get to welcome them every day and see what's going on and build that connection with them.
Currently, there are 45 magnet schools in the greater Hartford region. Shola Freeman with Connecticut's Regional School Choice Office says these schools are free to families and determined to develop the next generation of critical thinkers and problem solvers.
Connecticut families are so lucky to have so many magnet school options through the school choice. Our schools have tailored programming that matches their child's interests and passions.
Passions like environmental sustainability. Amelia Kerr explores that topic here in the aquaponics lab.
It helps teach us about how our communities are fed and how in the future, when we're running out of space of land and stuff, we could use this instead of farmland and be able to grow more food for the growing population.
And beyond academics, these campuses also offer extracurriculars. Ibrahim Sadiq is part of the boys basketball team that recently won the 2024 State Division Championship. He says when he's not courtside, he's immersing himself with his classroom community as it helps prepare him for slam dunk success in a tech-driven world.
It's very supportive of what you want to do, and they are concerned about things in your future. So if they can, they'll help you progress in things not just school-wise, but your career too.
The Academy has also been named a Magnet Schools of America School of Distinction for a third year in a row. For a link to the school choice application, we have that for you on our website, fox61.com. And remember, the deadline to apply is this coming Monday, February 10th.
The countdown to Super Bowl 59 is on, but it's not always about the game, not for everyone. A lot of people still tune in for the ads. And for one business in Avon, they are especially tuned in to just what's being sold. Fox 61's Jim Altman has a 2-minute drill of sorts.
The Super Bowl is almost upon us, and the game behind the game has begun. Tradition always takes us here to Avon to talk about the ads.
This is the biggest day of the year for advertisers, no question. It's 123 million people watching your ad, which costs $8 million for 30 seconds. That's $266,000 a second.
Coming to a screen near you this Sunday.
Basically a captive audience for hours.
These are the station breaks that can make or break.
But it's confusing, brand-wise.
Pat Dugan is the executive creative director at Avon-based marketing firm Adams & Knight. He's speaking on all things Super Bowl spots.
I can't believe they let us back in this place.
Towards the top of his list, this ad cuts the mustard.
Well, the nostalgia play is in effect here for sure. Harry and Sally are both back in their favorite diner, recreating an iconic scene in movies. This time for Hellman's Mayo.
And will this Instacart ad deliver?
Energizer Bunny.
There are a lot of familiar faces.
Just when you thought he was gone forever. It's the return of the puppy monkey baby.
Yes, don't blink or you miss him, but he's at the start of the Instacart spot with a lot of other mascots. It was fun. It's memorable. Everyone's going to like it, and it makes a good point that all these mascots are coming to you thanks to Instacart.
And apparently, having horsepower always helps.
There's been a lot of talk about AI and CG and all that, and so some brands are leaning away from that, and Budweiser is one of them. They have a great spot where a young Clydesdale delivers beer, and they made a point to say this was all done practically, no CGI, no AI, and we just shot this for real.
So off the field, how does it all play out?
It all comes down to Sunday and the Super Bowl and how you do, how you perform. Let's see who wins, who loses.
And if you want to get ahead of the game, we've put together a gallery of some of this year's Super Bowl ads. You can find them at fox61.com. In Avon, Jim Altman, Fox 61.
Those look like a lot of fun. Thanks, Jim. And on Super Bowl Sunday, make sure to keep it right here to Fox 61 in the morning and then leave it there all day long. Our morning show will have coverage from 6 to 9 a.m. The game starts at 6:30 p.m. Then after the game, we'll be here to wrap up all the big moments on a special edition of a Fox 61 News at 10.